Hi, welcome to this month's Stock Investment Monthly Review. Today, we'll start out by reviewing my investment account number 1 and number 2. Then we'll talk about the new holdings of the monthly adjustment strategy for November. We'll talk about some seasonality patterns for November in some stocks and an interview about Charlie Munger. And then we'll finish this meeting by reviewing a major trading system and data legend capital management. For my investment account number 1, it had a return rate of negative 4.3% in October. In comparison, SPY's return in October was negative 2.17%. My overall return from February to October, though, was about 7.4%. Compared to SPY only had a return of 4% from February to October, while my investment account number 1 had an overall return of 7.4%. So here are some current holdings in my investment account number 1. In October, I sold land due to some changes of the macroeconomic trends of the housing or like the house building industry, which I will explain in another video and the Operation Fund meeting video soon. My investment account number 2, using the monthly adjustment strategy, had a gain of 0.4% in October. So here's a comparison between the monthly adjustment portfolio and SPY, or the S&P 500. As you can see here, my monthly adjustment portfolio outbeat SPY by a lot. It had a positive return of 0.4%, while SPY had a negative return of negative 2.17%. So you may be wondering what the new holdings of the monthly adjustment portfolio for November are. So we're gonna hold 50% of SGOV and 50% of Costco. Now I know what you're thinking. Why am I going to hold 50% of Costco? Why am I going to hold Costco with 50% capital? Well, I found a seasonality pattern in November with Costco. As I mentioned in my old video 2 years ago, you can use this link to access that video. In November, Costco has always had a positive return. As you can see from 2009 to 2022, it has always had a positive return in November. For example, in 2009, it had a return of 5.4%. In 2010, it had a return of 7.7%. In 2011, it had a return of 2.75%. In 2012, it had a return of 5.9%, etc. But as you can see from this chart, it has always had a positive return in November. You can also look at this graph for more information later. Okay, now let's move on to Charlie Munger's comment or interview on Costco. So during a recent interview on October 29, you can access this link to see the interview. He said that he liked Costco and he would probably buy and hold it for the next 10 years. He said that buying now at current prices may work very well, and he said that he'd never sell much shares of Costco. So, by the way, if you don't know Charlie Munger, he is one of the most legendary investors in the stock market. So this may be worth paying attention to. Okay, finally, I will review a major trading system or signal in the data legend capital management, as I promised. Um, so since this month, I will review one of the flagship trading systems in data legend capital management. On October 31st, the trading system in the capital management gave a buy signal for the ETF UPRO. So what this ETF UPRO does is like it's kind of a leverage for SPY. So for example, if SPY gains $1 one day, then UPRO will gain $3. It's like that. Um, our trading system in data legend capital management gave a strong buy signal. So you may want to buy a few shares or more of of the ETF UPRO. When the trading system gives a sell signal, I will also post a new video in case you bought some shares of UPRO and you wanted to see when you should sell it. So be sure to keep on the lookout for my new videos. Basically, this is the end of this month's stock investment review. Thank you for your time and see you next month. I hope you learned some very important pieces of information from this month's review and see you. Bye.